Welcome to the 365 Performance Show with your host, Scott Dillon.
Hey everybody, hope you're having a good morning. A players and B players. You've heard that before when it comes to business, and I just wanted to have a little bit more of a chat about that today, because one thing I've become vividly aware of is the fact that other people's normality and experiences have a significant way of impacting you, regardless if you actually recognize it or not. So when you think about relationships, when people get married, the general consensus out there straight away is that things go a bit pear-shaped after a bunch of years together, because you don't appreciate each other as much and you get old, you know everything about each other. When it comes to businesses, there's always the general consensus that it's really, really hard to be in business for more than 5 years. Then after that, God help you if you can stick around unless you're a big company. And when it comes to business and employees, the general thing that every single bloody business coach out there tells you is that you can't have all A players on your team. You need to expect and have some B players and some people that are simply just there for a paycheck. And I've had my businesses, this one for the past 6 years, and it's just crazy to see how that's basically impacted me over the time, because that actually doesn't need to be the case once you have a standard and some rules in your life, and that is simply the fact that you only want A players on your team. Just because Johnny, that has his shaver shop or whatever, has a bunch of employees that he doesn't motivate and lead and inspire and have a standard to, just because he has people that turns up for a paycheck, doesn't mean that I have to or you have to. Likewise, if you're wanting or thinking or are in a marriage, just because other people's relationships go a bit sour after 10, 20 years together, doesn't mean yours has to, but straight away it's destined for that path if that's your story that you're telling yourself. This is something that I only realised just a couple of weeks back, but it's really limited me in my ability to service everyone, just from an expectation that I thought things had to be that way. So my question for you today is, where in your life do you have B players? And the scarier question to ask is, are you the B player in a certain part of your life? And by that I mean, are you the person with the self-limiting story of the way things should be based off of other people's experiences or your expectations? Have a good day. Speak soon. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please head over to the365show.com, where you can gain instant access to our 4-part video series. If you like what we're doing, please leave us a review, and also make sure you're subscribed so you get kept in the loop. And finally, if you know anyone else that could benefit from this show, please share it with them.